Hello, everyone. And how is everyone doing this evenings? How are you doing? Okay. My name is Sharice N. Johnson Moore, and I am the owner of Sharice N. Johnson Moore LLC, publishing consultant and visibility coach, where I help entrepreneurs, faith-based leaders, and authors find their way to be seen and be heard and be known. Okay. And I wanted to say it is a pleasure to come before you again today on day 6. We are on day 6. Child. We are on day 6 of, being in our space of how to tell your story in a way that connects with your audience. Okay. That's our topic for today, for day 6. So I wanted to say hello, beautiful people, and welcome to day 6 of 30 Days of Visibility. I'm your girl, Sharice Johnson Moore, your publishing consultant and visibility coach. And today we're talking about one of the most important tools God has given you for impact, and it is your story. Your story is a ministry, a message. It is a bridge to the hearts of the people you're called to serve. Okay? You are called to serve people. But there's a right way to tell it so it connects, right? It resonates in the people's hearts and in their minds. And it also will transform their perspective, their mindset, and the way they see themselves. Okay. So that's how powerful your words are when you tell your story. Okay. I want us to come on, let's dig in. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to, we're going to talk for a little while, and I want you to have this one on your mind. Know the purpose behind your story. Okay. You tell your story, and when you tell your story, you're not just telling a story. You're not just telling a story that, just to be heard. You're telling it to help somebody else. You're telling it to help someone else, guide them, and empower them to step from out of the darkness. They may be experiencing domestic violence. They may have experienced physical, mental, spiritual abuse. Okay, there is such thing as spiritual abuse. Okay, but we gotta come from out among that kind of mindset. And we have to know how important our words are. You have to know that our story matters. So every story moment should point towards a purpose. Okay? Every story moment should point towards a purpose. Okay? That means that you tell your story in a way of how you came from out of something, how you got delivered from something, how you overcame something in the process of having. I'll say this. I'll give you the back end of the story of me. Before I decided to start my business, I had those 3 deaths. My grandmother who raised me, my father, my mother, and all of that happened in a 4-year span, right? And I speak about how God started using me even from the moment my grandmother had her heart attack. Okay. And you may ask, why does this part matter to the audience? Because it's taking them from it's taking them through a place. It's taking them through a mind. It's taking them, just like a story in a book. And you take them from how this person was, how I used to be, and to the life God into the life God started developing me for his glory. Okay. That's why that part of the story matters when I tell it. I used to be a range of things. Then my grandma has her heart attack. I learned how to become a CNA by taking care of her, take class. I was living a life of lies, scandal, sin. I was in full of sin, right? And the story goes from how I used to live a sinful life to how God brought me out of the darkness into the light. Okay? Your story is a tool, not a therapy session. Okay? I don't know about that one, but sometimes it frees me. It feels like a therapy session when I tell my story. It helps me understand. It helps me calm and be calm about telling the story. It helps me get over my nervousness of telling the story when I do tell it. And it does feel like therapy. So me as a person, if that's the way you have to tell your story, that it frees you and you walk into a way of telling, deliverance of how God delivered you, tell your story. Okay. Sharing with purpose creates transformation. Okay. Now, before the transformation part of that story would be, well, I didn't love myself. I didn't appreciate myself. I didn't respect my thoughts. Other people showed me that they didn't respect me, and I thought my words did not have any impact or my story mattered. Or what I did in my life really mattered to anybody, because all during my life, I was told my grandma I was loved, but never by my father or my mom. And it became a thing of when I got older, as a teenager, I would always go out and try to find love in all the wrong places. Okay. So it shows that the purpose of the story is a transformation of me in a certain time. Now I'm living in a much better life. It just takes like one day at a time. And I put my story into a memoir. Turned my story into a memoir. And I took my story and I told it in a book. Okay. So, share from the scar, not the wound. Share from the scar, not the wound. You connect deeply when you speak from a healed or healing place. Well, now I find that my story has developed me as a better person, developed my spirit. I have a deeper relationship with God. I have a better relationship with Him than I did before those 3 deaths. And my life was all over. My life was crazy, right? And now I speak as to the point where I don't speak the same way I used to when I first started telling the story. I speak from a place of really understanding myself. And I bring the perspective of how I was moved from one place, from one mindset to another, where I didn't love myself. Now is I appreciate everything that I've been through, and everything taught me a lesson. Not from a moment of active pain, but clarity, where clarity is missing. You want to connect deeply when you speak from a healed place, when you speak from a place of healing, not from a moment of active pain where clarity is missing. Now, wound sharing can feel heavy or chaotic. Okay? Wound sharing can feel heavy and chaotic. Scar sharing brings lessons and hope. Where one time if I told a story, I would say, my parents didn't love me. They never were there for me. And then I would change the story. The change of that story would be now understand why they did what they did because of their upbringing and some things they both shared with me in their lives before they passed, where it made me change the whole perspective about them and made me have a better understanding about who they were, who they became to be. And then it made me understand better about my parents. Okay. Scar sharing allows you to guide, not bleed. We don't want to bleed all over the people. We don't want to bleed all over the people, okay? We have to tell that story in a way where you're sharing, but you're not overbearing with the story, okay? People connect more when they can see the wisdom in your journey. When you tell them about the transformation, when you tell them about, well, look, when you tell them that this is how it used to be, and now I'm here, I'm in a different place. I'm in a different mindset, a different scope, a different a different atmosphere in my head and how I feel about myself. And that is the wisdom in the story. Okay? Be specific, details create connection. Okay? General stories don't stick. Specific, specify, be specific, one do. Be very specific in that story that you tell. Detail, you could be detailed, but not over detailish. People connect with what they can visualize and feel. They can visualize and feel. Breakdown. Specific moments feel real and relatable. Okay, specific moments feel real and relatable. Details create emotional impact. Okay, details create emotional impact. And specificity helps your audience see themselves in your story. Okay, specificity helps your audience see themselves in your story. And clarity creates the connection. When you're specific, when you get to a certain part, you get to your story and you be very specific about what has happened instead of jumping all over here and jumping all over there and just it just becomes chaotic. And you want to be very specific with how you tell your story, how you tell the audience your story. Clarity creates connection. Okay. Share the transformation, not just the trauma. Okay. Share your story of, okay, maybe you sitting there one day and you had a thought come in your head of, I want to write a book. Okay. So you tell that transformational story as, well, this idea came to me and I decided to sit down and be detailed about what the title was going to be. I think about, things of that nature, how it's going to tell the story. Share the transformation, not just the trauma. Your story is not about what happened to you. It's about what God did through you. Your story is not about what happened to you. It's about what God did through you, how he changed you, how he transformed you, how he changed your mind about the way you feel. Trauma alone doesn't build a brand, okay? Transformation inspires faith, hope, and action, okay? Show the before, after, and the lesson. Share and show the before, after, and the lesson that came in with that story, with your transformation. Your breakthrough helps someone believe in theirs. Your breakthrough will help someone believe in theirs. Invite your audience into the story. Connection comes when your story becomes a mirror for someone else. Invite them, ask reflective questions, create relatable moments, help them identify their own journey, and do a story plus the engagement equals community. Okay? The story plus engagement equals community. Okay? So, let's go through those again. Number one is know the purpose behind the story, behind your story. Share from scar, not the wound. Okay? Be specific. Details create connections. Share the transformation, not just the trauma. Okay? Invite your audience into the story. Okay? Then, when you write your book, write it from a perspective of you was reading it yourself. How would you want it to sound? How would you want it to come out across reading it? Or how would you want someone to interpret your words? Okay? So family. Okay? So I wanted to, come to you and really have an understanding of what is happening in your story for day 6. Today is how to tell your story in a way that connects. That's our topic for today. I also want to let you know that if you desire to work on your visibility about your story or your thing, your vision that you have, and you want to sit down and put it together. I am available for the one-on-one visibility coaching strategy session. Okay, it is available for one-on-one, and it is available for the rest of the month of December. Okay, till December the 1st. It is on a Black Friday list sale. I put it out there for a whole month on sale. So I want to let you know that it is so important that you have it as to, need help putting your visibility strategies together. Put it together and let people see, let people understand that you have a story to tell. Okay. Oh, let me see. Hold on for a minute. All right, hold on for a minute. So, with that strategy, one-on-one visibility strategy session, it consists of 3 hours. It consists of 3 hours. It consists of 3 hours of a private session where you will be on Riverside, that same app I'm using now, and it is a customized visibility action plan. We sit down, we go through a whole gambit of just strategy, which this will be delivered after the session. Personalize the feedback on the current marketing efforts and list of visibility opportunities for your visibility opportunities such as podcasts, collaborations, speaking engagements, and you also will receive a visibility checklist in a PDF form. Okay. This is perfect for entrepreneurs, first-time authors, that want to promote their books powerfully, entrepreneurs building personal brands, speakers looking to land more speaking engagements for stages and interviews, and coaches wanting to grow audience trust. Okay. So you want to identify the visibility gaps in your business marketing, map out custom strategies to attract your ideal clients, find speaking, podcasting, and collaboration opportunities. Learn how to position yourself as an authority in your niche. And all you have to do is click this link. Click the link. Hold up. Click the link in the chat to really get this one for yourself. Okay? Get this one for yourself. Because when you don't plan stuff, when you do not plan a strategy for your business, you'll feel like you're going around in circles. You'll feel like you're going around in circles and things are not happening. And if you have to put a plan together for your visibility, for your marketing, for your advertising. You have to put a plan together for all of these aspects of your business. For your books, you plan on being a first-time author, it will behoove you to turn around and put a visibility plan of how many shows you're going to do after, how many shows you want to do after the book is published, how many shows you want to do before the book is published, and it is good to have a calendar, put things together, map it out, so you don't be running around confused, looking like a chicken with your head cut off. Okay. Also wanted to let you all know that it is so important that we as entrepreneurs support one another, that we always support one another. And the Coming to Loving Yourself combo is available for you. It is available. Okay? It is available. This is the Coming to Loving Yourself combo set. Okay? Coming to Loving Yourself combo set. And I wanted to let you know that it is on a Black Friday sale. On a Black Friday sale, yes. Coming to Loving Yourself is available for $37.50. All right, and that is the shipping and handling is included in the price. Okay, shipping and handling is included in that price. And that is the price for the 50 states. Okay, now if it's outside 50 states, I will have to charge you for the shipping and handling because that is what I do. Okay, that is what I do. All right, come on. Say what I do. I hope everyone had a blessed evening. We're learning new things. We always got to learn new things, to do new things, to keep things moving. And we cannot get stuck in our heads with stinking thinking. Okay, I'm going to say it. Stinking thinking. Okay? Stinking thinking. All right? So, like I said, the Coming to Loving Yourself combo is available for $37, and it is available to be shipped out Monday. Okay, Monday. Also, want to let you in on something else. I have been doing a lot of soul searching about this one. About this, the writing on the screen, support the broadcast, because I had a fear. I'm going to be honest with you. I had a fear if I should ask or not. But God said, closed mouth don't get fed. So if you would like to support the broadcast or support Sharice N. Johnson Moore LLC, go to these links. One is Cash App. It is $ Sharice Johnson Moore, and the other one is for PayPal. Sharice SNJM at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, and you can place your donation, support the broadcast. And I wanted to say it is very important that we show support to one another. Okay. I wanted to let everyone know that it's nothing wrong with asking for support. So don't let people shame you and why you asking people for money. And look, it helps support the business. It helps support other things. It helps support the running of Sharice N. Johnson Moore LLC. And this year, I'm not keeping my mouth closed. Okay, so and I'm being obedient. Okay, I had a long conversation with God about that one. So please support support Sharice N. Johnson Moore, support this broadcast, and you can do it through Cash App or PayPal. I greatly appreciate it. So I wanted to say thank you, family. Your story is powerful, not just because it's perfect. It's not because it's perfect. It's not, okay, not perfect, okay? But because God is using it to teach and reach other people assigned to you, okay? Your God is using you to teach and reach and teach other people assigned to you, okay? Don't be afraid to share it. Don't minimize it. Don't hide it. Someone's healing is connected to your voice, okay? This is day 6 of 30 Days of Visibility. If today blessed you, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also support through donations, okay? And I want to say, and tell me in the comments, what part of your story has shaped your purpose the most, okay? That's my question for you. What part of the story has shaped your purpose the most? I'll see you tomorrow for day 7. Day 7, day 7, day 7, day 7. Come on, we got to do day 7. We got to get into day 7. Day 7 is so powerful for us to do. It is keeping us to do all the things that God asks us to do. It is called, the weekend reflection. Weekend reflection. How visibility transformed my life and ministry. How it transformed my business. How it transformed my writing. How it transformed my, whatever your mind is, right? It might be in your life. It might be in your ministry. It might be in your book. It might be in some things, how visibility transformed your life. And that is your weekend reflection, okay? I will see you tomorrow for this topic, weekend reflection, how visibility transformed your life, ministry, your book, your walk with God, or your daily living, okay? So I love you all, and I will talk to y'all later, all right? Bye, babies.